Welcome to SDH's coverage of the USL Championship as we get into semifinal action in the playoffs. And it was absolutely wild in the West as we are now down to the round of 8. The round of 16 gave us some surprises. So before we go forward, let's go backward and check what happened in the West, starting off with the biggest upset on the board from the previous week. Went to penalties, RGV and Phoenix Rising. Mike Watts on the call, courtesy of our friends at the USL Championship, ESPN Plus, and YouTube.
Looking to cement the perfect start for Rising in these Western Conference quarterfinal penalties. Miller's ready. But Caro delivers. Jai, if it was ever in doubt, ice water. What an incredible performance he put on. Scored in the 54th, his 4th of the season. Former League One MVP. Rodriguez, save! Miller puts it out. Emilio Icaza. He's got family in these stands. Icaza scores. He came here to win a trophy. His father, former U.S. national teamer. Aiden Quinn, another save, Miller. And Phoenix is up against the ropes now. Captains the side, hasn't scored all year. The Mexican lines this up to put RGV on the verge. Scores. Up and over Rawls. At Wild Horse Pass. Farrell to stay alive. He does.
Whoa, pressure there for Phoenix Rising, but
that he writes in USL Championship history. Save! Rawls! Phoenix breathes into the 5th round. Miss or a Miller save, Phoenix's season is over. Moar, yes! Elvis Amo went right in extra time. Amo to win it for RGV. He scores! RGV completes the ultimate upset. The number 1 seed in the West, the reigning champion, is out. And RGV's fairy tale continues.
So that gives us one playoff advance. RGV and Wilmer Cabrera continue their season at a plus 337 on the 90-minute draw coming into that match out west. Now, the other action out west that was an absolute surprise. Oakland and El Paso Locomotive. Duke Keith, friend of the SDH, on the call for this one, and it definitely was a surprise at the end.
18 years old, called up to the under-20 national team. We will talk about that as we get along tonight. But underway this evening from Southwest University Park, the Locomotive FC back in the playoffs again. Good win in the midfield. HSC out along the right wing side and just tipped over. That'll be a corner kick. You know, I talked about it coming into this week. You want a keeper who's ready for those weird moments, because in playoff soccer especially. Ross, rather. Diego. Ross, the service. Rolls one in. Not on. Knocked over the bar. Diaz will run it down. Diaz into the box, headed down. Ketterer the save and placed over the bar. Rodriguez got there, but Logan Ketterer.
I mean, that was a great chance. What a save by Ketterer. And then just on the follow-up, it goes up and over. Locomotive has
having some issues maybe in the early season. Dylan Maris has been something. Out it goes and over. How about that pass from Ross?
And that was tough. He had defenders coming on him, but he picked out that spot.
Still looking for a way forward and springing his way loose up the right wing side. Aron Gomez. Borelli the dummy. Diego! Tipped wide by Blanchette.
Yeah, that was a nice dummy. Borelli left it for him, and whew, what a save by the Oakland goalkeeper, because that ball was going in the back of the net. So I looked at the year he was born, and I know that I was doing plenty of things long before his.
Here is Bokila. Out it comes, and in it goes. A mishandle by Borelli, and it's a goal. Jeremy Bokila puts Roots up in the 76th minute. A disaster for Locomotive FC. Ameriqua able to keep that away from Fox.
He's able to just get behind Mishak when he doesn't quite have the clear, but he's strong enough to hold off and just kind of jamming things up.
Brought down. Good move by Enriquez. The shot saved by Ketterer. Point blank. Right to a waiting Fasori, and he's stoned. But not to them.
No.
Blanchette puts it back in play, and that is it. Oakland Roots SC has come to El Paso and ended.
So Oakland gets the 1-0 win. El Paso's great season under Mark Lowry comes to a close as a plus 637 underdog. Other scores in the West: San Antonio knocks off San Diego Loyal by the score of 2-0, and Orange County SC at home beats Colorado Springs Switchbacks by the score of 1-0. In the East, one game was postponed because of COVID-19 concerns, so Birmingham in a walkover is credited with knocking off Pittsburgh. Also in the East, Lou City knocks off the Miami FC by the score of 1-0 as a minus 154. Tampa Bay knocks off 10-man FC Tulsa by the end of it. Final score there was Tampa Bay 6 and Tulsa 2. Charlotte Independence also knocking off Memphis 901 FC. Their great season coming to a close as a minus 189 underdog to Charlotte Independence. So advancing out of opening weekend, San Antonio, Oakland, Orange County SC, and RGV out of the West. In the East advancing, it is Birmingham, it is Lou City, it is Tampa Bay, and the Charlotte Independence. So looking at the juice boxes for the weekend in the USL Championship, 7 o'clock on your Saturday night Eastern time. Tampa Bay hosting Birmingham Legion at Tampa Bay a minus 145. Your draws a plus 273. Birmingham Legion a plus 343. Also in the East, the other semifinal is at 7:30. Lou City's a minus 108 hosting Charlotte Independence. Your draws a plus 264. Charlotte Independence is a plus 238. 9 o'clock Eastern time, San Antonio hosting RGV. San Antonio's a minus 111. Your draws a plus 248. And RGV is a plus 269. Your late game, 10 o'clock Eastern time, Orange County SC hosting Oakland Roots. Orange County SC is a minus 122, and your draws a plus 243 with the Oakland Roots option at a plus 309. So let's let you find out what else is going on around the USL Championship, and go to uslchampionship.com and keep an eye on everything there. And also don't forget to download the USL app and be a part of all of their social media platforms across the board: Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Probably the biggest news coming out of the past week: Detroit City FC is moving over from Nice to take their spot in the USL Championship. Le Rouge will join starting in 2022, quoting DCFC CEO Sean Mann in a release from the league. I think we're a grassroots success story. One of the 5 original founders of the club. Started out from very humble beginnings, rooted in community. I've always kept a focus on the community that the club represents, also the community that has grown up around the organization. We built this incrementally over the past decade to get to the point where we are today. So now you've seen what Detroit City has been able to do at Keyworth out in Hamtramck. Tremendous grassroots work to get them to where they are right now. And so they've gone from NPSL to NISA, now to the USL Championship. And there's also some news coming out about the women's team joining USLW in the hopes of joining USL Super League by the time that things continue to grow for Detroit City. So it'll be interesting to see how things continue to grow and evolve. But the biggest news there, Detroit City FC joining USL Championship starting next season. Charlotte's Mike Jeffries was voted Championship Coach of the Month for the run the Independents have had to get into the playoffs, brought to us by our friends at Clear Audio. Kyle Murphy from Memphis 901 has been voted Championship Player of the Month for October for everything that he did to get Memphis and 901 FC into the playoff picture. Second monthly award of the season, 5 goals in the final month of the season for Kyle Murphy. So Kyle Murphy was your championship player of the month. Joe Kuzminski gets championship save of the month award. Luis Felipe Fernandez gets championship goal of the month award from 35 yards out in Sacramento Republic's match against Tacoma Defiance. So there's your award winners for the month of October: Luis Felipe Fernandez, Joe Kuzminski, Kyle Murphy, and Coach Jeffries from Charlotte. Once again, go to uslchampionship.com. Keep an eye on all the news that is going on in the USL Championship. Don't forget to download the app, and keep an eye on following on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. So that's your look at USL Championship. We're down to the final 8 semifinals in the East and the West. We'll pick it up next week, let you know what else is going on. For everybody here at SDH, I'm just John. If you're in a venue where if you're in a city where you can catch a match, go catch a match. It's quality football. If you can't, listen on your local provider, watch on your local provider. If you can't do that, catch them all out on ESPN+. For everybody here at SDH, I'm just John. Play it safe, everybody. Enjoy the playoffs.